Hello, welcome to part 4 of AC drives video. Today, let us discuss the block diagram of AC drives. So, we are telling about AC motor and there is a VFD. And this is a typical block diagram. It is not very specific to a particular brand, but generally we will be seeing this item or this sort of block almost in all VFDs. Let us check each block. So we are having a three-phase induction motor. Normally it is directly given by AC supply. So this is the AC three-phase supply available. Now what you have to do? We have to rectify. So what is rectifier doing? The AC will be rectified and generally it will be pulsating DC, rectified DC. And what we have to do? It has to be filtered out to make it more smoothened. Better DC will be produced after the filter section, and the DC is available here and that will be inverted to AC. So that is done by inverter. So the inverter inverts DC to AC, and inside this item the main component generally it is a transistor which is known as IGBT, insulated gate bipolar transistor. The advantage is that it can handle very high powers and the switching operation, it is very fast. Like let us see, if you are controlling water flowing and we can control the flow by just changing the knob. Okay, so here the main flow of item it is like this. Consider this is about electric current. We can control the flow of electric current by something else. So this tap we can generally compare with our IGBT part, and some signal or some control will be given externally. So the IGBT will be physically featuring like this for bigger powers, and for smaller powers it can be like this. There are different lot of packages for IGBT. It is insulated gate bipolar transistor, and we have seen that tap it is operated by person's hand. He is driving that, and for driving the IGBT we have to give some signals, and that circuit will be known as what? Driver circuit. Like this. So DC is available for the input side of IGBT, and the DC will be made into AC like this. You can see it is not a perfect AC, it is there having number of steps. So by switching on and off different IGBTs at various times, the DC here or at the input side will be made into AC. We will be detailedly discussing in a later section how it is operating. So that is a requirement of driver. But something else you also can see here, isolator. Why a isolator is required? Why isolation is being given? Because this much area, it is the power section. Main power it is flowing through this path. And here the driver section, we can say it is signal section. So the power section and signal section should be isolated. Okay, so this block along with the driving part, it take care of isolating the high power area and low power area. This will be having lesser volt circuitry also, generally in DC. So AC circuit with high power and DC with low power will be isolated by this section for safety requirements. Okay, and this is known as controller. For the water tap, you are manually operating by hand and you are controlling the manual operation. Here the driving it is given by the driver circuit, and the controller will control when it has to give the pulse, when it has to drive the signal. So that is a function of controller. Okay, and controller generally it is programmed and we can additionally change the programs by control panel. The control panel will be seen on the VFD itself. We can make parameters. We can set frequency, we can change the voltage, or we can generally say changing the parameters. It is known as the operation of what? Parameterization. So the parameterization can be done either by a control panel or by a separate personal computer. So once it is done, the controller is ready. It will be giving control signals to the driver, and the driver will be giving suitable signals to the switch, and this switch will be converting or inverting DC to AC, and it will be varying frequency and voltage together, so that we will be getting the speed control as well as torque control. And one more thing we will be generally seeing, it is not a mandatory, it is known as feedback device. So what is feedback? We are giving command to run at a particular speed. This feedback device will sense the speed and tell whether it is running at correct speed. So that is the feedback device requirement. Based on the feedback, the controller will change its process and it will control the speed. So due to the load adding or due to the removal of load, the speed may increase or decrease, and the feedback device will correctly sense the speed right now, and if it is more than the set speed, what happens? It is giving a information to the controller, and controller controls the driver, and driver finally adjusts the speed to the requirement. And you can see proximity sensor. This is one type of feedback device. You may have seen when we are calling on the mobile device, when we are starting the call, screen automatically stops. Why? When we are putting the mobile near to our ear, it is sensed by a proximity sensor. It is known as capacitive proximity sensor. Such capacitive or inductive proximity sensors will be used for the motor to check its speed, or it can be using as photoelectric tachometers, encoders also like. So here in the picture you may be seeing the shaft of the motor, which is having a disc like this, and the disc is having holes, and there is a light source kept here, and when the disc is rotating, which is attached to the shaft, what happens? Whenever the hole it is coming near to that, it will be sending the light to the other side, otherwise it will be blocked. So the light sensor will count how much light it is getting, and that light will be taken as pulses, and the more the speed, the more sensing it will be getting, and by that method we can check the speed also. So this is the feedback mechanism given. So this is the total block diagram or general fundamental operation of AC drives. We will be detailedly discussing what is the operation of AC drives in the next video.